One of the things we want to do here at school is teaching students to learn how you might shoot a scene,
market,
how you might break down a script, what are the things that you're including, what are the things you're not including. And so we were looking for some software that would help facilitate some of that and would answer some of the questions.
StudioBinder was exactly what we needed, exactly what we were looking for our production. I mean, being a student, we're busy, we all have our own schedules, and organization is huge, and communication is huge. And I think that those were two aspects students really struggle in general with.
This being our first more or less professional production, it was definitely a challenge from pre-production to production. Before we had access to StudioBinder, we would just do things separately on a document online that we would share. Looking at one sheet, looking at another sheet on different websites, different documents through different emails and text messages just to figure out what was going on. But pooling together everything onto StudioBinder, that was really useful.
It's much easier to organize each day and each shoot, right down to each location. We were kind of sorting out shot lists for each day, even just having those options where like you can pick out a specific shot or a movement or like put in a note. I wanted to make sure that, you know, we knew exactly what we needed to just accomplish because you only have so much time at each location. It was definitely a streamlined process, which we needed.
It helped the first AD figure out how to schedule and start thinking through what's the best way to streamline our actual production. Because some of the locations they had were very limited on time, so they had to be very efficient. I would log in, and there was occasionally times I would use the comment feature to make a comment on something like, I'm not sure you're thinking about this, or yeah, I know you want to shoot this in 2 hours, but it's actually going to take 4. Can we get it done in 4 hours? And if not, okay, what's going to go? Or do we go back to the location? Can we negotiate for another hour? StudioBinder helps really kind of manage the workflow a little bit and helps me oversee. So if I see a train wreck coming, I can kind of jump in.
I have been on other productions before and we did not use StudioBinder and it was kind of a mess. Like we had people not show up, not knowing what was going on. But with StudioBinder, it was really easy to bring everyone to like a common understanding of what was going on, who was needed, and why they were needed.
StudioBinder was kind of that hub that we could all use regardless of what our position was.
It really facilitates the communication, which is, you know, often the most difficult aspect of, you know, putting a production like this together, especially a student production.
It was really easy to use. You didn't have to spend a whole class period learning how to use a software program. It was really helpful. Students really enjoyed and appreciated the call sheet feature. They used the shot list feature. My first AD really used the scheduling feature. And I would say my first advice would just be create a free account, go in. There's a free version. There's some limitations for what you can do, but you can kind of get a general sense of what it does and poke around and see how it might help or how it might benefit your students, because we want to teach our students to tell stories that matter.